Oh, hello there!
Pete and Allie here from Two Tiny Wings and...
It's wing night, baby.
This one. Hello, everybody. William and Jason, which can only mean that Ginger is there too. Lauren, Meg, hello, hello, hello. Susan, how are you? Susan, I have to tell you, your just little candle burning video with Susan music, with soothing music behind it. It was exactly what I needed.
And I like, goodness. I like the most exciting candle video ever. No, not really. But...
Yeah. So not only like exactly what was needed in the moment, but a fantastic thumbnail to boot. So yeah, snaps to you, Susan. Well done. Lauren, I can't remember if I said hello. If I haven't, hello. Lauren got to witness one of my ever increasing lapses in my brain yesterday because I was watching Lauren's Grayscale Princess unboxing, and all of a sudden he was talking. First of all, Lauren, when you said, I want to hear the wolf cry to the blue corn moon, that was very, very funny. But then all of a sudden I'm like, wait a minute, oh my gosh, we were trading with Lauren. Did I say what I traded? So that happens. I start yelling at him.
Didn't we? Yeah, we did. Oh, and then she was like,
I'm like, did we send Pete for the love of, oh my gosh, did we send? So anyway, Jesse, how are you? Jesse, I have something that I made for you. Yeah, it's coming tonight. It's up for that matter. I'm trying to open my water. I am not succeeding in opening my water. So that's what's happening. Hello, Mary Mo. How are you, my dear? What, is the water open now? I like how he hands me the water like very gingerly. He's like, here you go. It's been, we say this every week, but people, if you know a teacher right now, just go hug that teacher because we're pouring a lot of wax. Let me just put it that way.
And I think we've been talking a lot, like trying to put our fingers on kind of what it is. And I don't know if any of us really know. What it is. I think there's a buildup of a year and a half of the world being different that catches up with us in the school a lot more than it does a lot of other places.
I think that's a good way to put it, is that there is a lot going on that is being processed in the schools right now. So anyway, teachers, Mike, Seth, do you see it on your level where it just feels nuts? Like it's only mid-October. How is it only, I feel like I usually feel at the end of February.
Yeah.
That I feel like I do at the end of February. So anyway, but Mary, let everybody know how wonderfully glorious things are for you. Very exciting to see our little Mary. Our little Mary. She's doing great. I had a wonderful moment. Also, Matt Davis has, we will have a discussion. I still have wax that you need to smell, Matt Davis. You all, by the way, Ginger, you and Jason can attest to this. I think that I kind of invented the beach club lobby smell with the glass slipper candle that I poured.
The more we were smelling it,
because all of a sudden it just clicked something in my brain. So if you are missing the beach club lobby, try yourself out some glass slipper, because it has a distinct beach club lobby, dare I say, vibe. I think I'm too old to say vibe, but Connie, hi. We just watched your latest Mickey Loot Halloween unboxing, like literally right before we came on, and I commented that the mug that you got is one of the refillable travel mugs, and every time we go, we used to get one for each of us, but now we're down to two because Pete and I will get a refillable travel mug that we use for our coffee on our trip. And then the kids will, last trip we were calling it Bev It Up.
Dad, we're going to go Bev It Up. And so we go Bev It Up.
So seeing one of those mugs.
We went like 2 years ago, and I got it was right when they came out with the stainless steel ones.
Yeah.
And it was the Star Wars one. And the only place they had it was at Polynesian, And so, like, I had it, and then people would, like, stop me.
He got it, like, the day the Luke Turvis came out.
And so, like, people would stop me in our hotel and be like, where'd you get that? And I was like, oh, it's over at the Poly. Like,
and then he would be like, I have the latest Turvis mug that I'm drinking from. He thought he was a fancy man for the day.
So then, like, I used it literally every day for like 2 years, and it had fallen off the car one time because I left it on the roof. I pulled it out of the garage. It was pretty beat up, and so I was like, all right, I gotta get to it. So I went and got this is, if you need to know anything about me, I like the same thing like every day. I eat the same bread.
No. Let me bring them into your world.
Okay.
There was a summer way back when, before we got engaged.
Okay.
Like, it was the summer after we started dating. This one takes an internship out in New Mexico. Okay. So I go to visit him. We go shopping. God, yeah. Okay. We go shopping. He puts in the cart bread. He puts in the cart peanut butter. He puts in the cart tomato sauce, rice, and frozen vegetables. And that's it. And I said, what is this? And he says, this is what I eat. So every day he would take a peanut butter sandwich and I think like a banana or a piece of fruit.
I had some fruit.
Yeah. So a peanut butter sandwich and a banana. And then every night for dinner, I call it like Pete throws crap in a pot. And that's what ends up
family friendly here. Come on.
Right. I did. And so he would throw in the rice. Hey, Cammie, how are you? He would throw the rice in a pot. And Matt, how are you? He would throw the rice in a pot. He would throw the frozen vegetables in a pot. He would pour tomato sauce on top.
There's no meat. Every so often, maybe I'd get some chicken, but
he got his protein from the peanut butter.
Yeah, usually no meat.
And so that's what he literally did for
3 months.
Yeah, for 3 months. And even to this day, you will take like
every single day I take the same. So yeah, I chop up some peppers and some tomatoes.
Yes.
And then I take those. Yes. I take an apple, 2 clementines, and that's my lunch.
Peanut butter rice. How, Lauren, that is Mary. Yeah. There you go for your restaurant. There you go. I know,
Lauren. You're with me, right? You just I was just a young man. There was bigger priorities in my life than what I needed to eat. So
yes, I will say
expediency and simplicity was
right. Thankfully, this man, because I bake. I choose not to cook so much.
How we got Mary, who's like the complete
and we have Mary. Yeah, exactly. Mary's up there like creating dishes. I was also going to say, Connie, are you waiting for the Oogie Boogie Bash now? And related to that, are you going to go see Agatha? Because the Agatha at the Oogie Boogie Bash, we've talked about this a couple of times. Like, the Agatha is everything. Everything. And I will also say, well, before it leaves my brain, Mickey Loot, Matt, wait till you all see the Pinocchio box that we opened that is coming out tomorrow. It was great. It was the tiniest twee little box that we have ever seen, and it just made us very, very happy. So thank you for that. It was awesome. Can't wait to open up the next one. We have a couple. Couple. So we have those coming up next week. We just got a Main Street treat box today. I don't even know what treats are in it.
And we'll probably mention this again in the video, but it was like, we got Main Street treat, and Aiden never pays attention to anything we're saying. Also, we go, oh!
Yeah!
I was like... Aiden. And all I got was, I like food.
Right?
It's like, okay, buddy.
All right. So he like kind of hangs out in what we call his little gamer cave. So like he'll smell food. He'll venture forth from his gamer cave, get some food, and then, hello, Everything Disney family. How are you? We are very, 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 very excited that Catherine Hahn is coming back for the Agatha spinoff. Like, we are here for it. Meg, which box did you get from Main Street Treat? We got, I think it is one of, I think it's a coffee one. I think it's coffee and scones. Because you got to pick.
Yeah, I think you did.
Pick.
Yeah, I think it was coffee and scones.
Let you pick.
Yeah, no, I think you, like, which one do you want? And I think I picked coffee and scones.
I just start like yelling themes at him. Is pretty much what happens.
Their marketing is working because they post these pictures. We get excited and we're like, yes, let's go get that.
Let's order some Disney food treats. So anyway, let's see. Yeah, so Meg, we will wait and find out what box you are getting. I was dying to get the 150th with the sugar cookie, but the sugar cookie, I was dying to get the exact one, Meg, that you got. So enjoy it. Enjoy the sugar cookie for me. The Rice Krispie boxes, Matt, you're exactly right. And we have discovered how wonderful caramel apples are for breakfast. They, at 8 o'clock in the morning, they hit the right spot. So, especially with coffee. I mean, they go very nicely with coffee.
And Mary said that she did like the Rice Krispie treat because we took one of the ones that we got up to her. So.
Yeah. And so that was awesome. And then, we have coffee galore. We got one of the Mickey Lou coffee and mugs coming. I mean, my goodness. We have
a problem.
We have, basically what comes to our door. If so, the Amazon, the poor delivery people, shows up at our house these days. Number one, I'm working on a show currently that involves Girl Scouts and Girl Scout cookies. So
let me tell you, because we have a shared Amazon account, and like anything else in this world, like once you like buy something, it like links to everything, and so like you get advertisements. You get really weird trending advertisements.
Weird. Like, especially when you buy, like, Mamma Mia, like, Party LeMay.
Like, and we went through, like, for a while, we were getting ads for, like, related medieval things. Cause
when I did Fiona's costume.
Like, well, no, we did Spam-A-Lot into Shrek. And so it was, like, all this weird, like, castles and then we had some weird 70s like outfits, and now it's like she ordered Girl Scout. I can't wait to find out what comes up in the.
No. Okay, so here's what
we have some recommendations for you, Amazon, and they like send you the email.
I was looking for like authentic Girl Scout uniforms, so I found on like eBay, I found 10 like 50s, 60s, 70s like vintage actual Girl Scout uniform. So anyway, so those are showing up. The pin trading, can we talk about pin sales? I should not have access to like pin groups on Facebook because now we are working on the animator set, and I think because Mickey Luke gave us the one Cinderella pin in our Cinderella box with the autograph, not the non-autograph ones, but there's the autograph set. So I think we're going to work on that as well. And it's just dangerous because there's so many cool pins out there. Yeah, so you all know, you all did this. Seth, Lauren, Cammie.
It's so easy to just like see stuff and be like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. Oh, speaking of Cammie, I was thinking about how you, if you're still on here, Cammie, I was thinking about how you say, don't waste any product, even if you don't necessarily like something, like don't waste products. Go get the thing with the coffee thing. Yeah. Okay, so while he's going to get that, as you see our wonderful, nothing but the best people with our little chair set up here. So, Jason and Ginger, I'm like a squirrel with the Potter Loop box. I'm excited to see you guys open that up. And I would agree. We've been greatly enjoying the Mickey Loop boxes that we have bought. So thank you for that, Matt. So we got our Ipsy box and everything Disney family. Funkos, we have to limit ourselves to the ones that we get in boxes or like at outlets, because like it will be a whole thing.
Which one are you talking about?
The coffee one, the one in the peach.
Okay.
The metal one. So in our Ipsy box, we got this face stuff, which is great. I'm so here for face things. Like this whole thing just needs to be like sandblasted, basically, is what needs to happen. And apparently Ipsy realizes this. So we got this, I don't know where I put it. We got this face stuff that is coffee and citrus, which is one of the most interesting combinations. So the problem is that this is the container. And so while it looks really cool, this is metal, and trying to fold down metal when your hands are not dry and actually get the product out has been really, really difficult. And Cammie, if you're still on here, what do I do? And if you're not on here, I'm gonna send Lauren, remind me to tell the Instagram group. Okay, so this is the job, because mornings have not been as pleasant when I'm trying to wash my face with this, because it won't come out.
She comes out, I like this, but it's so like
yeah. So that's my big Ipsy update, and the mascaras are thin. So there you go. Okay, Cammie, what do I do? How? Cammie is going to play the role of Mary. I very, very often would walk something up to Mary, hold it in front of her and say, how this, how work, how this. So how? I don't know. But Jason and Ginger, I will tell you, Walt's dream smells, if you read the story is basically you're with Walt in his office when he's thinking about establishing Disney World and Disneyland. So it's like tobacco-y and a little bit of cologne, and it's like Mad Many. And yeah, it's glorious. Mary, hi, how are you? Welcome. We were just talking about one of the face products that I got from Ipsy that I can't figure out how the heck to use. And I was asking Cammie for advice and doing what I always do with our Mary, and basically say like, help, how does this thing work?
Mary came.
Mary, yeah, and Mary's here. Oh, Cammie, that's a good idea. Where the toothpaste, where like you roll it up almost like a key. All right, Matt, thank you very much. Have a wonderful weekend, especially if you choose to watch Squid Game, because have we all? I mean,
very good, but oof.
Connie, have an amazing time at the party. So excited for you.
But yeah, like we started watching, or we got through Squid Game.
We got through Squid Game in like 3 days. Anyway, definitely. If you want if you just want to ponder the human condition, my goodness, then check out Squid Game. But it is not appropriate to talk about on Two Tiny Wings, a family-friendly channel. I will say that. But anyway, all right, so here's what we're going to do. We are not going to talk about the Lightning Lane or Disney Plus or the Genie or anything like that. I think right now it is just a crapshoot as to whether or not it's going to be worth it.
And I don't think there's enough. The one thing I just saw, we said we're not going to talk about it.
We're not going to talk. We'll talk about it for a minute.
The only thing I would say is that it's like Fast Pass, where there's going to be tricks and ways that you can kind of work it until people figure out how to do it. Like, you got to kind of work it. Yeah. Like, I saw some people said, hey, you can't hold more than one, and then all of a sudden, well, you kind of sort of can if you do it the right way, but there's like a whole trick to it. Yeah. And so I think once you get into it, you'll figure it out and go from there.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Susan. Remind everybody, smash that like button. Look at me, sounded like the kids. Okay, so what we did, as far as what we're going to talk about, Pete does not have his Disney list. What we do have, I have Book, and Pete has his own list. So what we decided to do is to pick our, let me phrase this correctly, top 5, and we didn't rank them, top 5 places that we would like to be, our favorite places on Disney property.
And we kind of went back and forth, and so this is wonderfully vague.
This is why being an English teacher is fun.
Because we were like, all right, well, is it a location or is it like a place in time? And we said, well, I guess it could be a place in time, but we didn't want it to make it like she said, could it be like Walt? You're with Walt when he like gets off the plane to discover the land. I'm like, nah, it should be something like
that we have done,
that you've experienced. Personally. Yeah, something we like. It can be, you can go back in time. It might even be something that doesn't exist anymore, but it's a location that we've experienced.
And then this one, he said, oh, some of mine are before you, and I said, baby, there is nothing before me. So anyway. All right, let's start with our list. Okay,
we'll go back and forth like one-on-one.
Sure. I'm trying to think where I want to start. Okay, this I think is a no-brainer for me. One of my moments is the moment. A lot of mine are like the moment when this happens. Okay, so you're in this place. So one of my moments is when you were on Soarin'. And the moment when the Soarin' ride starts and it lifts up.
Oh, like like right before. Okay.
Yeah. Because then like the music starts and the clouds part, and you can just feel the wonder in the room. So
see,
that's one of my favorite
moments. Did I go
moments.
with any rides? I don't think I went with any actual.
Really?
I don't think I went with any attraction
I went with
stuff.
3 rides.
I don't think I.
That's very interesting.
No, I don't have any attractions.
Really?
I don't have any attractions.
Really? No. We think so differently.
But see, I think that's probably the way we go with the parks too. Like literally, I could probably like we talked about it before, but like I could go around World Showcase and just like look at stuff and see stuff and I
get about 2 countries in and I'm like,
that's the reason why I like old school Epcot. Like I don't even have any old school Epcot, but I could have put like 5 old school Epcot moments and on there. Like I love just like being in the moment of it, as opposed to it having to be linked to some attraction. And
I will also say I like Soarin'. Jason, the music.
Oh, see ya, Cammie.
We'll give Cammie, see ya. Do well on your homework. I will say that the music gets me every time. The smells every time. But we still, to this day, will joke that Aiden is a little aviator, and so he needs a booster.
Because for a very long time, he like beyond the age when like the kid on the video was it, he still was kind of a little short, and so like I don't want to have to have the booster. Like, dude, if you're not high enough, they're gonna give you the booster. You gotta have the little booster.
We did it our last trip. Mom, I'm taller than you.
I don't have to have the booster anymore. Shut up.
So anyway, all right.
Okay.
So that's one of my moments.
I might go just right in order.
Oh,
right.
Okay. Then I'll go in order because Soarin' was the first thing that I thought of to write down.
One of my locations, and it's something that's not there anymore, is inside, going into, and just the entire environment and experience of the Adventurers Club at Pleasure Island.
Susan, they do have it in Florida. It is in Epcot, and right now it's soaring around the world. It used to be soaring over California, but right now it's soaring around the world. But the music, like, it's still the da 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 da. Okay. Yeah. So this he has been talking about the Explorers Club.
Adventurers Club.
The Adventurers Club.
If anybody has been there, understand.
I've never been.
It was the like one of the most unique kind of ideas that they've ever had for just an experience.
I bet if Matt Davis is on, I bet Matt Davis.
It's one of those things where when you went in, so Pleasure Island, you had all of these different clubs. You had most of them were like they had like the Western Dance Club and a Young People's Dance Club and all this different stuff.
Yeah.
But then they had the Comedy Club on one side of the street.
Great.
And they had the Adventurers Club on the other. And this wasn't like a nightclub. This was like it's almost like what I envisioned Star Wars Galaxy's Edge should have been.
Was it?
Because you walked in and they had like live actors who played roles and interacted with the people, and it was like they had the adventurers, and there was this whole little like show thing that went on down in the second on the bottom floor, and it was all there was the walls could interact with you and could talk. It was all of this really cool stuff, and they had a theme song. It was just all of this totally kind of enveloping environment that was so cool.
Okay. I wonder if it went. Okay.
Matt
Davis.
Matt Davis. I got you, right?
Great.
And again, he said
Wonderful.
Society of Explorers and Adventurers.
Right.
That's why
you get the adventures.
It started there, and that's why all that.
So it's like stuff. Jumanji in a club.
More than that, but yes, it was anybody that ever been there would say, yeah, exactly. Anyone that's been there would.
Jesse's here for.
I could talk for an hour, baby.
A Pete rant is something. That's what he was. Aiden did something yesterday, and he just started like going off, and Aiden just started giggling. He's like, "Dad, I love when you get mad."
When you get mad and start telling stories, it's the best, and he's just like, like laughing.
All right, Pleasure Island did not
Pleasure
make my
Island
list.
Adventures
I
Club.
only ever saw Pleasure Island like once during the day, and I think once for a bachelorette party, but it was at like the tail end of Pleasure Island.
Small side note.
We tried to go once, but we forgot our IDs, so they wouldn't let us in.
Little side note.
Yeah.
I literally bumped into heavyweight boxer Evander Holyfield like 2 weeks after he got his ear bitten off by Mike Tyson in one of the clubs at on Pleasure Island.
Great.
Yeah, he was there, and we were like in the club, and like literally like bumped into him. He's actually not that tall.
No?
No.
Or you are.
Or I am.
Right? Yeah, he's
But like 6 feet.
Like 6 feet. So people ask me all the time, whenever a student or anyone walks with me in the hall, they're always like, oh, you walk so fast. I said, listen, I've been married to someone who's 6 feet tall for like 20 years, and so I have to keep up with this one. It was great when I was like hugely pregnant and like just trucking along. Anyway, my number 2, I would go, this is kind of a weird one, I would go on the path between the far bus stops and the entrance to Magic Kingdom, walking into Magic Kingdom. There's 2 rows of like bus stop paddocks, and I will want to be on the far one walking into
like
Animal Kingdom.
The
far one.
Oh, Animal Kingdom. Okay.
Animal Kingdom.
Oh, okay.
Walking
Yeah.
to Animal Kingdom.
Okay.
The reason is right after Animal Kingdom opened, he and I went there on a trip together, and I got to see this one walking into Animal Kingdom to get to experience a new Disney park. And I remember him with bucket hat, skipping like in that exact spot. And I think about it every single time we go to Animal Kingdom, and it makes me happy.
That's my number 3.
That's your number 3?
That's my number 3.
Aww.
Yeah, that's my number 3. Yeah, because that's like getting to experience.
See, so Ginger, you know, Ginger's probably a fast walker too, Jason, right? There you go.
One, getting to experience something new and different and exciting, but like it's one of the earlier memories of like you and I together, like getting to experience something like special that was you and I. So
that was Disney. That's I feel like we should like star it or something. I'm gonna put a star in book. There you go. 3. Boom. All right, what's your number 2?
All right, my number 2 is
special prize, gold star for us.
Anaheim Produce. I know this is where she rolls around. and here's why, because that's where I worked when I worked there, and here's not just I worked there. There's kind of the specific image that when I think back to that time and working there, there's the specific image that I have in my head is being out. That was open at the beginning of the day, so there was a lot of times I would work an earlier. If I got to work there, I was working an earlier shift, and I had to open. Okay. And what was cool was you got to see everyone coming in like super excited and super before everyone's tired and it's super hot, like getting to, and you're like literally some of the first people they're seeing in the park.
Did you get to do the Mickey glove wave?
No, that's where I learned how to juggle oranges.
I know
and so that was my thing.
I still don't understand how you learned how to juggle oranges, because in learning to juggle, there's a lot of dropping. So I don't understand how they let you juggle the oranges and drop the oranges. I would usually because we had stuff that we couldn't sell. So usually they would force me to identify 3 that we were not going to sell. And then those would be my practice ones. Great, your practice oranges.
And that's how I learned how to juggle. But that was what would like sticks in my mind when I have the mental picture is it being early in the morning. I can when I walk on to Sunset Boulevard and like the soundtrack still has not changed in like 25 years, and I'm right back there. I'm right back to like 25 years ago, and like College Pete just like excited to be there. College Pete was he was a fun guy.
You're still a fun guy. I will say that my studios memory, because Hollywood Studios is our favorite park, where one of my favorite places to be is on the Tower of Terror, the part where you're moving through the hotel before the drop. Oh, okay. I love that. I love so like I love that ride. I love that part because everybody is just so freaked out, and it's so exciting, and
that's what and that is one of those like rides where they've changed it over the years, and I think it just, for me as an experience, it has gotten better and better and better.
Oh my gosh!
Every time I ride on it, we used to wait
so long for College Lauren. I would love
College Lauren and College Pete would have had a good time together.
All of us. Let's all invent a time machine, people. Like, oh my gosh, we would all have fun together, right? Like College Ginger. Watch out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. College Ginge and College Pete.
All right, what's your 4th?
All right, my fourth. Stormalong Bay. And Stormalong Bay standing at the... standing at the top of the big water slide.
Yeah.
Because especially the last 2 trips we went on.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of times where it would be me and Aiden.
Right.
And so like those were some of the best times where we do a lot of things together.
Yes.
And that's some of those memories that it was just me and him like hanging out. And it was, I still remember at one point, like we were having a conversation and I remember like thinking to myself, like, he's not a little kid anymore. Like we're talking like I'm talking to a young man now.
You're talking like men ready to go on a water slide? That's what you're talking like?
Yes.
Great.
And it was funny because it was like, I could see like part of me like in him and like the goofiness and like we were talking about things that we both like, and I wasn't just like talking to my kid anymore. It was one of those, it was like, okay, this is kind of cool. Like when you have that realization that your kid's not a kid anymore and your relationship is changing. That was that will like standing up waiting to go on the water slide. That's a image that'll stick. That's cool.
Okay. Meg, I will say that I was super, super shy in high school. So I fully understand, but we would have been awesome and you would have been part of the awesome with us. So no doubt in my mind. All right. My second to last one. All right. It's another ride moment. It's so funny how like yours are all like what stands out a lot in my brain for Disney and why we keep going back is what we get to experience like together. So the moment when you're waiting for Splash Mountain and you get to the front of the line and you're waiting for the gate to open and your log pulls in and the gate opens. I like that because all of a sudden, like you're about to go on the ride. I love Splash Mountain. I think that they are going to do a great job renovating it to the Tiana themed ride, but I love Splash Mountain. And as a family, it has always been something that we have had a lot of fun on.
I almost picked a ride, and I was going back and forth. I couldn't pick one ride. Splash Mountain was almost my ride because it was between like the whole experience going through the line and the smell of the water and then like the music and just the whole environment of it, and the ride is fun. And
there's multiple times when you can seriously almost get like completely soaked and
like that's when
we've almost gotten stuck on it a couple of times.
There are times I will put on sometimes during my planning period, I'll put on the Magic Kingdom loop, and I love when I get to the ride, the Splash Mountain ride portion of
I love the Magic Kingdom soundtrack loop because it takes you around the entire park through every single ride, not just the Main Street music, not the resort music, but like there's a loop that takes you through, and I love it. Mary, I'm a lot cooler now than I was, but again, the power of all of us together. And Matt, you're exactly right. When you come around that corner, because for those of you who haven't been on the ride, they take you like through caves, and then you come around the corner, and it's like you're there. And I love it. All right, what's your last one?
We've talked about this one before. But front row, Happily Ever After.
That was mine. That's my last one. Happily Ever After in front of the castle.
And again, like I've said some of this before, but like
it was the best
experience, and like there was like a level of excitement like before the show, like everyone around, and you're like there was like almost like a rock concert was ready to start. People were excited, and it was like the 10 more minutes, and like everyone's excited, and then like
we only had to wait like 45 minutes,
and then that first little like, and the way they did like the boom, 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 and the music starts and the lights change, and you're like, and literally the crowd starts like cheering, and you can feel it, and then when was one of those things where even 4 or 5 years after, like however long it had been running when we saw it, you could tell there were lots of people in the crowd that had never seen it before. Because you could all of a sudden, all of the moments, like when the fireworks go like this and it's up above you, and you could hear and you could just hear the reactions. And then again, I've said this before, but like you get to the Tinkerbell flying part, and you're like, you know it's coming, and then she does it, and the crowd like erupts, and we can hear them behind us, and you're just like you're cheering, you're like, this is so cool, this is just you're where you're standing when you're there in the hub, it was like you were surrounded by just all of
like
it.
Sound and light and music and magic, and I cried like a baby the entire time. But the best part when we saw it in front of the castle was that by the time it was over, it was, I want to say it was later. We went back into the park, and Aiden was tired, and Aiden tired is the best.
Because he just starts like,
oh my gosh.
He gets it from me. He starts like saying stuff. And
he's so funny. And so he started getting on this kick that we were going to go on Splash Mountain for America. And so everything was like, we're going to go on Splash Mountain for America. It was so funny. Oh my gosh. And so that is, my favorite place to be. If I could pick one thing, it would definitely be to see Happily Ever After again in front of the castle. And that just makes me sad again that it's gone, which then turns to anger. And there we go. So, any of you, that is our list. Yes. I can't believe that we I can believe that we overlap for two. But we wrote these in secret, and now here we are. Tell us your favorite moments as long as we are having this discussion. If you could pick, if it's Disneyland, great. Where would be your favorite place to be?
Your Disney location.
Yep, in a Disney location.
And see, the Happy Ever After, the honorable mention would be on the other side of
that was really cool.
I almost actually went with that.
I thought about that.
Because that's another one where, like, again,
and for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, you could see Happily Ever After in front of Cinderella's castle, and then you could also, they let you stand like on the other side by Prince Charming's carousel and like into where Be Our Guest is. And so you couldn't see the projections, but you could see the fireworks, but the fireworks were like happening on top of you. That
was the first time we really realized how far back most of the fireworks were, because they're shooting them off like way back behind Fantasyland. We're like, and so now you get that, like, you're 360 and you don't know where to look, and the music's playing. That was cool.
Yeah, that was really cool. And especially that was when we had the gentleman with a pirate sword directing everybody where to look. And so that was wonderfully funny and heartwarming. And Jason has a good one that Susan echoes, the walking under the arch at Disneyland onto Main Street. And that, I'm waiting for that one. I didn't say the arch at the Magic Kingdom. I do very much enjoy when you walk through the turnstiles. Like that's a good place to be.
I kind of wish I could have the like bring for like my like text message sound on my phone or something. That's
a good sound.
You know, when you have that, you're like, all right, cool.
I also almost picked one time when we came out of Cinderella's Royal Table, the park was closed, and so Main Street was empty, and so I have a video of the kids like skipping down an empty Main Street with the music, the da 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 da, and it was crazy. Meg, your first ride was Tower of Terror. Oh, that is quite the first Disney ride ever. I will say Aiden still hangs on to both the sides. 36. That is. I
remember the
ride
first time I rode
one.
Tower of Terror and thinking like, what the heck's going to go on? Like terrified, not knowing what was going to happen,
what they were going to do to you. Yeah, exactly.
Lauren says currently being at Avengers Campus. I like that the video that you just had showing some of that. Like it. Like what I was impressed with is that they looks like they really took into mind like the lines of sight. So then all of a sudden you've got like the Quinjet, and you can see the Guardians building like behind it. It's like a lot of it looks like they spent a lot of time to get it visually right, and especially at night.
Yeah, at night it's I like how the colors. It's odd because the colors are almost Toy Story Land-ish with like the primary colors, but it's
it
sleek.
Looks, yeah,
as
definitely. Yeah,
to,
definitely still looks. Yeah,
that's another good place to be. Toy Story Land at sunset is another one of my favorite places to be. That would get an honorable mention. And Jesse likes going into Animal Kingdom. They do a great reveal in Animal Kingdom. For those of you, if you've never been there, you come up over this hill and all of a sudden there's like the Tree of Life before you, and you just have to do the Lion King. So because it just feels majestic. It really, and also when you turn the one corner on the safari and all of a sudden you're in like the African savannah, that's a really cool one too. All right, the Davis family. Here's theirs. We always have to walk from Main Street into Adventureland when we get there. See, we go right. We go into Space Mountain and listen to the music change. We always joke that's when we get there. Plan on having that Club 33 magic. Yeah, go ahead, Matt Davis with the Club 33 someday. Yeah, when we win the lottery, that's what we'll do. We'll all be Club 33 members. And now you all have it on film. So there you go. All right, Susan, for the Cinderella's Royal Table, with fireworks, we would say book it during, if you don't mind not seeing the fireworks, seeing fireworks inside the castle at Cinderella's Royal Table was very, very cool. That was cool. And then coming out to an empty Main Street, like planning.
Awesome. We had dinner at like 10 o'clock at night or something. Right. But it was really cool to see it. They piped in the music, and then it was like, all right. By the time we finished dinner and walked out, everyone was gone.
But here's what I'd say, Susan, about the Be Our Guest. If you go to lunch, I think, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's the same food. It's the same menu now, I think. But I think it's less expensive at lunch. So, I mean, if you're going to get the same food, it doesn't matter when you go. Where you should sit is in the West Wing. That's where you should sit. You should sit in the West Wing room. The ballroom is, I like the West Wing. Oh, Pete, okay.
Well,
okay.
I like the West Wing.
You won't be able to see your food, but it's really cool. Except
when we went at Christmas time. Because when we went at Christmas time, the ballroom was decorated with all the Christmas trees and stuff. That was cool.
So that was neat. If you want a quieter place to sit, go into the music box room.
Yeah. The ballroom is really, the ballroom's really loud.
Yeah. If you want the quietest spot is when you walk into the ballroom, go to your right. The coolest spot is when you walk into the ballroom, go to your left, because that'll take you to the West Wing.
And you can see the painting where the beast is.
Yeah, I would ask for West Wing. Just if I could, only because that way you'll get to be in the ballroom and walk through the ballroom. But the West Wing is awesome. If you check, Susan, there are a couple of videos on our channel from when we went to Be Our Guest back in the day, so you can check out the different rooms. So let us know if you have any questions, especially with the food. I think definitely go to Space 220 if you can, because it looks really good. The food on video looks a lot better than it photographed in the promo pictures.
Yeah. The
Space
videos
220. Davis says, did you get Space 220? So yeah, your Loki scepter. Ooh, that is exciting, Meg. That's really cool. I'm not crafty like that. I can do scents and stuff. I'm gently working into the area of creating props and but even then, if I could buy it, I'll buy it rather than create things. Then every so often that's really cool. To do something. Yeah, he's like our technical guy. Like when I needed a Pinocchio nose done for Shrek, he designed that. So that's really neat. That's really cool. Put that on Insta. So David says you are going to Space 220. I'm so jealous. We have to figure out when we're going to go. We have to figure out when we're going to go. We have to figure out where we're going to go. I can't even plan past next week. But anywho, all right. So let's see if we can get some new princesses, people. And before we do that, we have two things that we have left to do. Number one, Jessie, I hope you're still here. Jessie is a big fan of Ratatouille. And so she reached out and said, do you take requests as far as what candle comes out next? And I said, I will always. I love creating this stuff. And so, Matt Davis with the dad jokes. I see what you did there, Matt Davis. So Jessie said, I am a huge fan of Ratatouille. Could you do a Ratatouille candle? Here we go, people. This is Little Chef, and this, if you like Silencio Bruno, this is Silencio Bruno Ratatouille style. okay? Because this has herbs, this has lemon in it, it smells like tomatoes and like tomato garden and a little bit of earthiness. And then it's a gray candle with pink and a little bit of gold glitter. And it's like Silencio Bruno with a little bit of citrus and tomato.
You can smell the tomato leaves underneath.
So it very much feels like you're sitting in a restaurant and you're smelling all the dishes around you and you have a plate of ratatouille that's set down in front of you. So the story behind this is what food can do and how food can bring people together, and rats into the picture, and food serves as a vehicle to deliver love. And so that's what's in this candle.
I said make a candle that smelled like a rat, but she said no.
This is why all of a sudden I'm the one who
she's the creator,
mixes the magic in the rat candle over here. So it is on the Etsy site. It's not, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to update the Pixie Dust Apothecary website, but it is on Etsy right now. Also, I think if all of you don't know, there's still the monthly box, which is going to have a bakery warm kind of a scent in it, and then a fresh, clean, gardening kind of a scent in it. So there's one more week to order that before that goes out. So shall we open up some princesses?
Let's see how many more duplicates we can get.
In this Princess Grayscale, this feels like a Pocahontas. This is going to be a Pocahontas. Feels like a stinking leaf. It's very light. Anyway, these are the Princess Grayscale pins. We have all of these pins at this point. We are just looking for a bell. More and more people are unboxing these, and they're really neat. You should save the boxes just in case we ever end up doing anything with all of these duplicates. We have
five. We're 5 pins to a second set. So.
We're 5 pins into a second set and 7 pins into our first set. And Jesse, that's what I liked about Ratatouille too, is that like the anyone can cook. That is banned from the kitchen. I know the feeling because I have been banned as well. Or just the way he would put it was, no, it's okay. I'll take care of that. You have a lot to do. So I'm like, okay, fine. All right, 20 years ago. Well, let me open this first because this is assuredly a Pocahontas leaf. This is a Pocahontas leaf. It's light. Watch it be a bell. Oh, it's an Ariel. It's not even Pocahontas. It's another Ariel. We now have
3 Ariels.
We have 3 Ariels. I mean, I like Ariel and I love these pins, but my goodness. All right, does it feel like what does it feel like?
I don't know at this point. I'm not good. Oh, this might be Cinderella.
Oh. Yeah. All right. Well.
Now we're 6 into a second set.
Now we're 6. Now we almost have our second set. Well, let's open the last 2. Why not? Let's go nuts. It's been a week.
Take that.
Okay. All right, people. Keep your fingers crossed. You all hear me? Everybody's fingers.
What's the shape of the ball?
Crossed. It's dome shaped. Because the rose. The rose.
This might be another.
Oh, Meg, that's so cool. That's so cool. Loki, that is awesome. All right. Here we go. Here we go, people.
Tiana. I mean, this is a good one. I like this.
I like the Tiana pin.
The Tiana
I like the Tiana. All right, well, now we're working on our third set. I like the Tiana pin a lot. All right, Jason's crossing his fingers. Here we go. I'm listening to Beauty and the Beast in my head. No, this is another Cinderella. Sorry.
So if anyone has a bell.
Ginge, how are you? All right. Well, we are looking for a bell. Let's see what kind of a trader network I can. I mean, I'm sure I can get one of. We're going to be. We're good. We're all right. We're just.
Too many duplicates.
Too many. See, Ginger, if you ever need any kind of affirmation as to why you should not start the blind box pin
it's such a bad, because then you're like, it's like you're at the casino, and it's like if I buy just a couple more, maybe that one will be in it.
And I know that there's going to be a stinking sale, but no, I'm just gonna. What I'm going to do is I am going to just buy one so that we can complete our set. So in one of our future pin unboxings, you will see all of our little Grayscale girls in all of their glory. Oh, my goodness. My goodness. All right, well, I'm going to go refill my water, and then we are going to just get ourselves ready for a Friday.
I think so.
So everybody, this was fun. I liked our lists. Rather than, I mean, maybe there will be some more intervention. Thank you. Yes, stop us before we grayscale again. That's what you all need to do, all right? So if I start talking, if any of you see me start talking about more grayscale pins on Instagram, you have permission to just say, stop it. Yeah, Ginger, you can buy them. Like, see, Lauren, if you're still there, weigh in on this because you are a good pin buyer. So don't buy the belt. Trade for her. You have... Okay, Seth, thank you. Thank you, Seth. All right, so I'm going to trade. Okay. This is very exciting. This is very nerve-wracking. This is going to happen, and it's going to be great. No more grayscale. Hashtag no more grayscale. I want a life of color.
Yeah, we can't find a new set to chase. This is not good.
No, you know we will. We have so many sets of pins over there just waiting to be unboxed.
And then the one that we wanted to keep going, we didn't buy enough of them. We're down the little park ones.
Oh, the Tiny Kingdom. Kingdom ones. I should find those ones. Yeah, I'll work on it. Anyway, so I have a lot of assignments now. Well, that's great. So that's what's come out of this whole mess is more work for me. It's all right. I'm going to go pour some wax. Anyway, thank you all for joining us. Thank you for spending an hour on your Thursday with us. Look for tomorrow when we have our Pinocchio Mickey Loot unboxing. Head over to Pixie Dust Apoth on Etsy.
It's Wing Night, baby.
And as always, thank you all very much for joining us. Thank you for liking. Thank you for all of your comments in the conversation. Thank you for subscribing. And with that,
we invite you to set your imaginations free.